Among the 16 Mahajanapadas, Kasi was initially powerful. Kosala became dominant later. A power struggle broke out between Magadha, Kosala, Riji, Avanti. Eventually, Magadha emerged as the dominant Mahajanapada and the established first Indian emperor. The first known rule of Magadha was Bimbisara of the Aryanka dynasty. He extended the territory of the Magadhan Empire by matrimonial alliances and consequences. By marrying off his sister to Prasenjit, the ruler of Kosala, he received Kasi as dowry. He also married the princess of Licchavis and Madura. He maintained friendly relations with Avanti, but the next Ganga by military might. Thus, Magadha became a powerful and prominent power. Bimbisara patronized various religious sects and their rulers. He had an encounter with Buddha as well. His son Ajatashatru ascended the throne by killing his father. King Prasenjit immediately took back Kasi, which he had handed out as dowry to Bimbisara. This led to a military confrontation between Magadha and Kosala. The struggle lasted until Prasenjit was overthrown and died at Rajagriha, the capital of Magadha Empire. Kosala was then annexed to Magadha. Ajatashatru also fought and won the battle against Licchavis. He also defeated the Licchavis and and the Mallas. Ajatasattu is also believed to have met Buddha in his lifetime. By the time Ajatasattu died in 461 BCE, Magadha had become the strongest power. The Aranyaka dynasty was succeeded by Shishunaga dynasty. Viceroy Banasris deposited the last Aranyaka king and ascended the throne. The Shishunagas ruled for 50 years before the throne was usurped by Mahapadmananda. About 100 years after Ajatashatru's demise, the Nandas became emperors of Magadha in 362 BC. The first Nanda ruler was Mahapadma. It is believed that he usurped the throne by murdering the last of Nishunaga kings. Under the Nandas, the empire expanded considerably and wealth and power of the Nandas became widely known and feared. Mahapadmananda was succeeded by his 8 sons and they were together known as the Navanandas or the nine Nandas. During the process of empire building, Nandas exterminated many Kshatriya clans and subjugated Kshatriya-ruled kingdoms which had still retained a degree of autonomous authority, thus creating a centralized state. An inscription known as the Atinkumpran from Udayagiri near Bhubaneswar, Odisha records the aqueduct built by King Nanda 300 years later. This is also an indicator of the geographical extent of the Nanda Empire. The Nandas were able administrators and strengthened the Magadha Empire, and they were not popular among the people. The period from the 6th century witnessed the close conflict between North Asia of Asia and Greece. Yet, subscribing to know that Indra and the adjoining regions on the Indus were part of the Achaemenid Empire of Persia. Cyrus, the emperor of Persia, invaded India around 533 and destroyed the city of Cappadocia. Greek historian Herodotus Gandhara according to Greek historian Herodotus, Gandhara constituted the 20th and the richest satrapy of the Achaemenid Empire. The region continued to be part of the Persian Empire till the invasion of Alexander the Great. The inscription of Darius I mentioned the presence of the Persians in the Indus kingdom, and the people of Gandhara, Aravati, and Maka subjects of the Achaemenid Empire. Taxila is situated in the present-day Pakistan between the 5th century and the 4th century BC. It was part of the Achaemenid Empire of Persia because of its strategic location on the trade route between the East and West, it emerged as an important center of learning and culture. Students from far to even wide to excellence technology. The city was brought to light by excavation carried out in the 1940s by Sir John Marshall. Taxila is considered one of the greatest intellectual achievements of Asian civilization. Panini to have compiled this well-known work, Astet in Taxila. It is in the as the northwestern part of India came under the control of the Persian Empire. The Ganges became a central confluence of Persian and Indian culture. The Persian contact left an impact on art, architecture, economy, and administration of ancient India. The cultural impact was built more than the Gandhara region. The most significant impact was the development of the Kharosthi script used in the northwestern India. It was used by Asoka in his inscriptions in the Gandhara region. The Kharosthi scripts derived from Aramaic, used widely in the Achaemenid Empire of Persia. Like Aramaic, Kharosthi was written from right to left. Persian Siglo silver coin is an imitation from the region. The earliest coins in India trace back to the period of the Mahajanapadas. The Indian word for coin, karsa, is of Persian origin. The coins might have been inspired by the Persian coins. The existence of coins in the period suggests trade links between India and Persia. The Asokan edicts might have been inspired by the edicts of the Achaemenid king Darius. The Ashokan edicts used the term lipi instead of the Iranian term lipi. The Mauryan art and architecture show traces of Persian influence. The Ashokan pillars are similar to the Mauryan columns of the Ashokan pillars are similar to the columns found in the Achaemenid Empire. The bell-shaped capital of the columns, especially the lion capital of the Sarnath pillar and the bell capital of Rampurwal pillar, show resemblance to designs found in the Achaemenid columns. Similarly, the pillared remains of the palace of Pataliputra display remarkable similarity to the pillar hall in the Achaemenid capital. However, the craftsmen, though inspired by the Persian art and architecture, gave a definite Indian character to their work. Alexander invaded northwest India. In many ways, Alexander's watershed is a watershed in Indian history. It marked the beginning of interaction between India and the West. Greek historians can write about India. Greek governors and kings ruled in the northwestern region of India, which introduced new styles of art and governance. After his conquest in the Punjab region, Alexander expanded his right to march further. However, his triad troops had heard about the great emperor in the east, Nanda, and his formidable army, and refused to be engaged in a war against such a powerful adversary. In 326 BCE, when Alexander entered the Indian continent after defeating the Persians, Ambi, the ruler of Taxila, surrendered and accepted the suzerainty of Alexander. The most famous Alexander's encounters was with Porus, ruler of the region from the Tigilum and Beast. The two armies met in the Battle of Hydaspes, in which Porus was imprisoned. Later, impressed by Porus' dignity, Alexander restored his throne on the condition of accepting his sovereignty. His battle-weary soldiers refused to march further. Alexander did not want to proceed against the reluctance of his army. During his return, Alexander died of a mysterious fever in Babylon. Alexander's invasions led to the establishment of Greek satrapies in the northwestern region in the Indian subcontinent. Trade routes opened up at the west. There were different trade routes in use which facilitated the movement of Greek merchants and craftsmen to India, establishing direct contact between India and Greece. As contact increased, many Greek settlements were established in the northwest of India. Alexandria near Kabul, Bukepala near Peshawar, Pakistan, Alexandria in Sindh were some of the prominent Greek settlements. The Greek accounts of India provide valuable information. Alexander's death created a void in the northwest, facilitating the accession of Chandragupta Maurya to the throne of the Magadha.